Hi babes, it's your girl Willa here. Today, before I get into the actual video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself because this is my first YouTube channel. Rad. Actually, this is my first ever episode for a channel. Well, you know what I mean. Well, I'm Erin, but please call me Willa because I like that name more. It's more pretty and it's more pretty. It's prettier than my current name, and I want to change my name to Willa. But that's enough about my name. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, I'm Willa. Nice meeting you all. What is something interesting about me? Oh, I've 4, I think, hobbies. Yeah, 4. I actually, sort of 5. Let's go with sort of 5. I am a writer. I've been in a PVA school before, and let me tell you, 0 out of 10 not recommended because it's very stressful. So I quit it, but does that make me any less of a writer? No! I write normally poetry, short stories. Actually, short stories aren't my usual, and novel stuff. I've never finished a novel, but I've gotten very close to it before. And then I have a lot of story ideas, normally for poetry or novellas. So, yeah. But do comment down below if you'd like me to share some poetry, some stories, some whatever. I'm always down to share because I love attention sometimes. I do write a lot. I have a lot of ideas about things. Like currently, I'm sort of working on a story called Love Cybernetics. It's about a mute cyborg learning to love herself and love others again. Sort of like forgiveness. I don't remember a lot of it right now because it's been months since I've worked on it. So, well, other than that, I have a lot of ideas. I'm pretty good at poetry. Actually, there was this field trip I was on for PVA once, and I did a stand-up poetry, and I turned to jello because everyone was so happy about it. They were so pleased. I was talking about self-care and self-love and getting over some old drama and stuff, and people were wild, man. It was crazy. I had to hold my friend's hand for a while because I was so scared of falling apart because, ooh, I was so shaky, man. But I'm proud I did that. I also crochet a little bit. By a little bit, I mean not very well. I crochet tiny little bags, like little basket thingies to hold my crystals in. And I also go on walks with my dad normally. We observe the sky, talk about whatever's up, the works. And finally, cartomancy. Now you might be wondering, what is cartomancy? Excuse me. Cartomancy is a kind of witchcraft. And I know some of you or a few of you may not be into witchcraft, but I am. So as long as you just respect that, I won't care if you're against it. Just respect me and my beliefs, I'll respect you and your beliefs. I won't judge. I don't judge much. And so, the works. But I'm a huge tarot card reader and oracle reader. I love doing readings, and I'm currently hoping to buy a new deck, so wink. I also really want to get into osteomancy, pendulum readings, and also Lenormand cards. Those are some of the things I want to do, but I'm mainly focused on tarot and oracle. I've yet to delve into other stuff. A part of my witchcraft, I would say I am quite a few kinds of witches. Most of them are interests of witches I want to be one day, like floral, death. And before you say death, no, I don't mean I sacrifice anything. I respect and appreciate animals for their life. I bury them if I can. Take their bones for my own reasoning, but I thank them and I offer them stuff for their journeys to their other new life. I might bury them. I'm not sure yet because I haven't done that yet. Floral witch, death witch, which I just explained, dream witch. I also am going to be an astrological and astronomy witch. Right now I'm having a hard time remembering the difference, but I know one of them focuses on studying the heavenly objects like planets, stars, asteroids, comets, asteroid belts, all of those fun things. So, yeah, I want to learn about those, and one day I'll study them. But I also like the myths behind things. Like, I know the Romans based their stuff off of the Greeks, or something like that, and I really love that. I mainly am a Hellenistic witch, meaning I follow the Greek pantheon a little more, but I want to start focusing a little bit on the Romans, because I love the Romans, they're rad. But as a Hellenistic witch, I focus on Persephone, Aphrodite, soon to be Hecate, and Hades. I worship Aphrodite because I'm a huge romantic. Like, do you know how many times I'm just going crazy because I love the idea of love? I've been in love quite a few times, and it is not very fun, but I just love the feeling of it, you know? Like, how your heart beats fast, how you can't help but smile, you're laughing, the person you're in love with is laughing. It's amazing, honestly. 10 out of 10. Actually, no, it's not 10 out of 10. 12 out of 10 recommended. And then, oh gosh, I need to take a minute. I don't really have a reason to follow Persephone, but she just calls to me. Something about her is really important to me. Might be because I'm reading Lore Olympus. Hint, hint, go read it yourself. But there's a lot of interesting things about Persephone, and I love her for that. I'm going to worship Hades because of a weird dream I had, where, I'm not going to tell you the entire dream, but I went to the underworld and I visited Hades. Hades asked me a whole bunch of questions about myself, and eventually I got to go home, but it was a 35-year gap between when I left. Like, my adoptive parents, which are not actually adoptive in real life, were 25 and now we're 60. So that's weird. But I feel like I should worship him because of that, and not to mention he's rad. Like, just being the Lord of the Underworld is a rad thing, you know? And then I plan on worshiping Hecate because I'm a witch. She's goddess of witchcraft, I mean. Like, that's just rad. And not to mention, she's Persephone's bestie. So, I mean, like, I feel like I should, feel like I should, feel like I should, and feel like I should, you know? I would say, out of those four, the goddess / god that calls me the most is probably Aphrodite, based on how much I'm addicted to the feeling of love. But I work more with Persephone. So far, I've made one offering with pomegranate juice, some fruits and vegetables, some things I think she might enjoy, some fake black roses. I actually made a really nice altar for her that I'll show you another time. It's like very floral, got some big fat fake birds, some sunflowers, some regular flowers, some dandelions. I don't know what those flowers are, but they're pretty. Some are red, some are blue, some are pink, some are white, you know? I also am a solitary witch. I didn't mention that earlier because I wanted this episode to be mainly around that, but a solitary witch, what is that? They don't really work with others. They're not in a coven. And why am I not in a coven? Well, glad you asked. I worship my own pantheon. There's quite a few, so I'm not going to go over them all, but I have my own pantheon, and I think that's pretty rad. Other people think that's pretty rad. But I was writing a story, and I thought, these people are really special to me. Why don't I keep them and worship them instead of acting like they're only in a story? And so now I worship them. My favorite two are Ezin and Mira, based off of me and my first love, but that's another story for another time. And then there are two primordial beings, Doreen and Wolf. Doreen is goddess of life and deer. All my gods and goddesses are works in progress, by the way, so, yeah. And then there's Wolf, who's god of death and also wolves. Ezin is god of war, protection, love, the hunt, and, Mira is goddess of love, fertility, purity, souls, and patience. There's quite a few more gods and goddesses, but I don't know enough about them to say, hey, let's talk about them. So yeah, we will not be talking about them in this episode or this video, but here I go. Um, as a witch, I'm currently trying to save up for a new deck. So I'm going to link you to my Gmail, and if you'd like, well, one of my Gmails, one out of a lot of Gmails, and if you're interested in a reading, I will do you a reading for near $2. I have to go now, so I will let you guys go. Goodbye.